Today we're on Geist Lake in Indiana. It's October. It's about 6:30. It's getting to that point in the evening where the big fish start to move into the shallows. And this time of year, actually, big fish move into the shallows. And I'll tell you what, they start feeding on stuff that looks like this. This is a new bait by Boyd Duckett called the BD Shad. It's a 3-hinged swim bait. It's got a flexible fiber tail. You can see, so when a fish hits it, it's really actually not that big of a profile. You'll be surprised how well they can get this down in their mouth. Anyway, we're going to throw a few, and we're not shooting for small fish. If we catch anything, it's probably going to be 3 pounds or better, because small fish don't hit this bait. This is a 5.5-inch bait. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we'll get a good one. You can see this bait when I get it closer in. Really has some cool action. I mean, if you've ever seen a gizzard shad swimming in the water, this thing sure looks like a gizzard shad. Check this thing out coming in. It's just got that natural motion. You don't have to really do anything to it, just retrieve it. And you can twitch it, you can pause it. It sinks really slowly, so when you pause it is a lot of times when you'll get bit. And I'll, when I bring it in closer here where you can see it, I'll do a quick pause and you'll see what it does. But see, when you twitch it, it just kind of goes on a random direction. Just looks like a struggling shad. It's a cool bait, very easy to fish. It's about a 4-ounce bait though, so you definitely want your heaviest bass tackle at an absolute minimum. I'm here using actually a bulldog rod, but a light musky rod. And the reason is it's just easier. It's an 8-foot rod, it's got great leverage. You're not fighting the equipment. You want to make sure that whatever you use when you're throwing big swim baits like this, excuse me, is something that can actually handle the weight of the swim bait. Because that's really where the effort is. The effort is in the cast, not the retrieve. I mean, this thing comes back with almost no resistance, except when you foul hook a bunch of weeds like that. Another cool thing I'll show you guys is the little magnet there. I don't know if you can catch that magnet right there. Holds the hook. And the nice part about that is the hook's always in the strike position. When you get bit, it's right there. It's not off to the side. It's not hanging over here or anything like that. But the other thing this does is it keeps it from getting tangled in the joint or on the line. I mean, I've probably made 1,000 casts with this bait, and other than snagging weeds and rocks and everything like that, it never fouls. I mean, it comes through the water clean. It's really kind of an easy bait to fish. Oh my God, there's one. Oh my God, this is the fish we're looking for. This thing's a giant. Oh, there he is, he's way out there. He came up and jumped. Now he's lounging at the surface. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is a big fish, guys. Look at the size of that fish. Holy cow, holy cow. Holy cow. Oh, God. There he is. Holy cow. Holy cow. That's a 5-pound fish, 5.5-pound fish maybe. Let's get that in the boat and see what we're dealing with here. I bet you I've made 100 casts, and it gets very boring and very frustrating when you throw and throw and throw and nothing happens. No follows, no nothing, no small fish, and then you're rewarded with that. This might be a 6-pound fish. Holy buckets, look at the size of that fish. And he was not hooked super well either, was he? Right there, that's the one that got him, that magnet hook. But it wasn't in that great. Look at the size of that fish. That is a giant. This is Indiana, guys. This isn't California or Texas or Alabama. That's a 5.5-pounder easily. This is Indiana. That's a giant fish. Look at the size of that thing's mouth. Holy cow. This one we're going to put in the live well because we're going to take some pictures later. So I'm going to throw this bad boy in the live well. Let's see if we can catch another one. Incredible. Something else that you want to keep an eye on, that seagull right there. I'll tell you what, I know people that fish the ocean, they really follow birds. Birds are key. because in the ocean you got 99% of the water's dead. You got that 1% live area, and the birds always find it because they got the bird's eye view, if you will. You know, they're up high, they can see what's going on. I've found on freshwater lakes the exact same thing. I don't care where I've been. If you see birds diving in the water, they're not doing that for fun. They're, look at that, there's a huge swirl over there. That was a giant bass right there. I still see him. He's right over there. And there goes the bird. See how the bird went straight over there? Because a lot of times those big bass come up and they smack a shad. They wound it, but they don't get it. Or the shad come up to the surface trying to get away from the bass, and these opportunistic birds will find them. So follow birds. Birds are your friend, especially seagulls. Oh, jeez. There's another one right at the boat, right at the boat, right at the boat. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Don't jump. Don't jump. Don't jump. I gotta get in there. Oh, there he goes. Oh, my God, Russ. Oh, holy crap. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That one is much bigger than the last one. Holy crap, he hit it right at the boat, and you know what? He barely touched it. I didn't even know I had a bite until I set the hook. Holy crap, look at the size of this guy. See how he's hooked. And, oh my gosh, barely hooked. Look at this. Barely hooked again. Got those two, but right in the corner. Oh my God, there we go. Holy crap. Look at that fish. That's a 7-pound bass. We're in Indiana. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. You think he had any problem eating a 5.5-inch swim bait? Absolutely not. I guarantee you in this gut right here, there's a bunch of shad bigger than that. Holy moly. I'm gonna grab the other one. How's that? How's that for Indiana bass fishing? Geist Lake, one of the most pressured lakes in the country. Houses everywhere, boats everywhere. That's easily a 7-pound fish. That guy there is well over 5. 2 monster bass. All right, so we're gonna release these 2 bad boys back. I'm glad we kept the first one so we could get some crazy pictures, but oh my gosh, he just about ripped out of my hand. We'll let him go first. He's really raring to go. There he goes, and now the giant fish. Unbelievable. There goes about 13 pounds of Indiana bass, 2 fish. It's absolutely unbelievable, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just this lake. I think each lake's a little bit different, but I know in all these lakes in the Midwest, these big fish, they come up these creek channels. This is a reservoir, so you don't really have creek channels. You just have these slough areas and these little backwater areas where they can herd the shad. And again, birds are key. I mean, you saw me talking earlier about the bird. Well, that's when we put the camera down to make some casts because we saw a big fish come up, and boom, hooked up. So we didn't catch those on film, probably for the better since we lost them. But 2, again, similar class fish. There's just tons of them. There's huge opportunities. The fall, get yourself a big BD Shad by Boyd Duckett, Castaic swim bait. Easy bait to fish. Just use your big flipping stick, 20-pound vicious fluoro, and you're good to go. All right, we need one more. Let's see. I don't want to get too greedy here, but one more would just be awesome.